Food has always played a fundamental role in the history of humankind, social behavior shifting and evolving in unison over the centuries. Over time, food became associated with pleasure and the celebration of taste as an experience mutating to extremes to become a remedy for stress. Nowadays, the notion of food is closely tied to the concept of equilibrium of finding a balance between good taste and health to achieve the perfect diet. The concept of food and diet is therefore constantly evolving as our individual habits and behaviors, driving companies and brands to innovate and modernize their process and product in order to stay relevant and to cater to these rising demands. Food production technologies were created in ancient times to obtain various products available from the raw materials of vegetable and animal agriculture productions. These technologies have been refined and developed to improve the quality of food, the shelf life, flavor, and appearance. The agri-food industry has been under constant demand to make an intense, innovative effort at the request of consumers who are increasingly critical and demanding with new consumption behavior. Because of the growing attention paid to the individual well-being and safeguarding health, innovation and the implementations of technology in the food industry were in the parts directed to the development of functional foods. These innovations concern the development of food, for example, improve brain functions, prevent aging, combat fatigue, or induce drowsiness. On the other hand, new technologies are emerging that are capable of speeding up purchasing procedures and food preparation in an attempt to satisfy the practical demand of future food.
Hi, I am Aimee, and now I would like to elucidate about the countries that produce the most future and dominant food. Food is one of the most fundamental economic products, so only a handful of countries which excel in agricultural production can produce and develop the future food. This is because most of the agricultural commodities require a vast of land area for the food production. And only four of the world's dominant food producing countries, such as China, India, United States, and also Brazil. China is one of the world's biggest producer, importer, and also consumer of food products. This is because China's land is very mountainous and also arid for farming due to their soils are extremely productive. And here is the list of food produced by China, such as grapes, wheat, eggs, potatoes, honey, and peanuts, and etc. Next, India is also one of the largest food producers in the world. However, their farm productivity is far lower than other countries. In addition, most of the Indian citizens, they are very poor and they tend to consume much more of their own food products. And here is the food products produced by India, such as rice, sugarcane, groundnut, vegetable, and etc. Besides, United States also one of the most efficient food production systems due to their agricultural production is almost high and same as China, and this made United States as one of the largest exporter food around the world. And here is the food exports from United States to other countries such as almonds, cotton, potatoes, meats, and etc. And lastly is Brazil. The economy in Brazil has historically centered for agriculture, particularly in sugarcane. And most of the land area in Brazil is used as the cropland primarily to produce coffee, papaya, wheat, soybeans, and other food, etc. And this made Brazil is one of the major food producers around the world.
Trend for future food. 3D food printing. It is a process of manufacturing food products using variety of additive manufacturing techniques. The most advanced 3D food printers have preloaded recipes on board, allowing users to remotely design their food on their computers, phones, or other devices. There are three categories of 3D food printing technique, which are extrusion-based printing, inkjet printing, and binder jetting. The extrusion-based printing constructs food model by extruding food through a nozzle with a constant pressure. In this process, material is loaded in extruder before it is extruded through nozzle by ram pressure to create food shape layer by layer. Example of foods that use this technique is meat, paste, and cheese. Next, inkjet printing. There are two types of inkjet printing methods, which are continuous jet printing and a drop-on-demand printing. The inkjet printing dispenses a material stream of droplets from a thermal head to certain regions for creating the surface filling or decorating on food surfaces such as cookie, cake, and pizza. Binder jetting uses powdered food materials to create a model layer by layer. It enables the construction of complex shapes and models and the ability to create different food textures. Likewise, it is also limited by the range of suitable food materials, namely powdered ingredients.
Now I will be presenting the advantages and disadvantages of processed food. We begin with the advantages. Modern preservation methods maintain not only the quality of food, but also its nutritional properties. Some vitamins, for example, easily lose their nutritional value during storage, particularly due to oxidation. Processed fruits, vegetables, and herbs, when stored in cans, tend to be free from bacteria and other harmful agents. Processed foods are easy to get as they are available in all seasons at all stores. Processed foods are safe. During food processing, products are treated to destroy harmful bacteria and extend safe life. On the other hand, nutrients are sometimes lost during processing and subsequently storage. Too much sugar, sodium, and fat, heavily processed foods often include unhealthy level of added sugar, sodium, and fat. These ingredients make the food we eat taste bitter, but too much of them lead to serious health issues like obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Lacking in nutritional value, heavy processing strips many foods of their basic nutrients, which is why many foods today are provided with fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Some processed foods are genetically modified, which can cause a negative impact on our health.
I'm Kavin Selvan. My metric is S56628. Today I am going to talk about the conclusion of trends of for future foods. Conclusion: the world's growing population will necessitate a 30 to 70% increasing in food production over the next 3 decades. At the same time, the huge quantity of food needed must be produced in such a way that protects the environmental and is resistant to climate change. The global consumption of food, vegetables, nuts, and legumes will have to double, and consumption of food such as red meat and sugar will have to be reduced by more than 50%. The panel of experts judged by 2050 meat eating could be seems like a throwback, according to some experts. And the main food in future are algae, synthetical ground meat, plant-based meat alternative, edible insect burgers, and protein bars could well be on a global menu. Importantly, it is yet to be since what sort of regulation will be enforced in a various countries regarding the claims and supplies of this advanced food product. Future food also have the potential to be generally less greenhouse gas intensive. We say generally because it all depends on your energy source. Future food tends to be fairly energy intensive to produce and process. So the catch is that would need to be useful using renewable energy to help make the food. The future food or maybe algae and 3D printed food, GMO food, culture meat. These are the main future food in upcoming. And thank you.